All right, and before we discuss one of the rules of hooks, let's also quickly cover the location of the fetch function. So as you're looking at this component, probably one of the questions you have is following. Can we just move this fetch user outside of the use effect or maybe into a different file? And as far as different file, yes, you can do that for sure, but just keep in mind that we're actually invoking functions from this component. So in that case, of course, you need to pass them as parameters, correct? Basically set up the parameters and pass them as arguments. But as far as moving this into a function body, yes, basically component body, it's an option. So what I could do here, cut it out, and then call it into a use effect. Notice copy and paste, and everything is going to work. Now, it doesn't do that in Vite. However, in Create React App, if you do that, essentially there's going to be a ESLint rule that's going to complain that you need to provide the fetch user as a dependency. And I want to tell you right away not to do that. Why? Well, because we'll have ourselves a problem. So we'll have our initial render where we'll set up the state values and all that. And during initial render, what do we do over here? We invoke fetch data. Now, what is fetch data doing? It's updating the state value. We already know that. So we will trigger the re-render. So when the re-render happens, this gets created from the scratch. And essentially, as far as this dependency array is concerned, its value changed. So what happens here? Again, we fetch data. And again, this probably is going to be easier if I showcase that over here. Now, you don't have to do that because I believe you'll use up all your requests. Notice I have 403 right now. Basically, I used up all my searches. So yeah, for sure, don't do that. Now I have, there was an error, right? And effectively, the reason why we have that is because we have this infinite loop. So my suggestion for now, if you're placing the function outside of the use effect, for now, just ignore the ESLint warning you get in the console. Again, you're not going to have it with Vite, but if you're using, let's say, a Create React app, that's going to be the case. And later, when we discuss use callback, I'll show you two approaches, how essentially we can make ESLint happy and have the function here and also pass it here as a dependency.